Hello, everybody. It's me, Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. It is the 4th of July. I extend 4th of July wishes for this great celebration. Now, today, the story today is not at all about Bigfoot. It's not about Dogman. I'm not doing a show today in celebration of the 4th of July. But I figured what to do with the extra half hour I got before I get started on my day. And I was just reflecting on really what this day means. And, I think a lot of us just get caught up in the 4th of July, right? And was perusing several articles on the internet. And I said, it'd be kind of cool just to do a brief history about the true meaning of Independence Day. It's kind of a history, and I know most of us as Americans know mostly about this. But, in today's world, with the strife, the turmoil, and I'm going to talk more specifically about our country, the United States, there's so much going on that is quite confusing, it's ridiculous, and we're all feeling it, right, in some way or another. For one day, I'd like us all to put that aside. Just think about what this great country is all about. So this is a brief history. I'm going to go through this and read this to you. I pieced a lot of this together. And at the end, I'll give you my brief take. And again, I wish you all a great holiday. I am Bigfoot, Michigan Rob. The Declaration of Independence. We celebrate American Independence Day on the 4th of July every year. We think of July 4th, 1776, as a day that represents the Declaration of Independence and the birth of the United States of America as an independent nation. But July 4th, 1776, wasn't the day that the Continental Congress decided to declare independence. They did that actually on July 2nd, 1776. It wasn't the day we started the American Revolution. That happened back in April of 1775. And it wasn't the day Thomas Jefferson wrote the first draft of the Declaration of Independence. That was in June of 1776. Or the date on which the Declaration was delivered to Great Britain. That didn't happen until November of 1776. Or the date it was signed, which was in August 2nd of 1776. So why did it happen on July 4th, 1776? The Continental Congress approved the final wording of the Declaration of Independence on July 4th of 1776. They'd been working on it for a couple days after the draft was submitted on July 2nd and finally agreed on all of the edits and changes. July 4th, 1776 became the date that was included on the Declaration of Independence, and the fancy handwritten copy that was signed in August, the copy now displayed at the National Archives in Washington, D.C., was also the date it was printed on the Dunlap broadsides, the original printed copies of the Declaration that was then circulated throughout the new nation. So when people thought of the Declaration of Independence, July 4th, 1776 was the date they remembered. In contrast, we celebrate Constitution Day on September 17th of each year, the anniversary of the date the Constitution was signed, not the anniversary of the date it was approved. If we'd followed the same approach for the Declaration of Independence, we'd be celebrating Independence Day on August 2nd of each year, the day the Declaration of Independence was signed. How did the 4th of July become a national holiday? For the first 15 or 20 years after the Declaration was written, people didn't celebrate it much on any date. It was too new and too much else was happening in the young nation. By the 1790s, a time of bitter partisan conflicts, the Declaration had become controversial. One party, the Democratic Republic, admired Jefferson and the Declaration. But the other party, the Federalists, thought the Declaration was too French and too anti-British, which went against their policies. By 1817, John Adams complained in a letter that America seemed uninterested in its past. But that would soon change. After the War of 1812, the Federalist Party began to come apart, and the new parties of the 1820s and 1830s all considered themselves inheritors of Jefferson and the Democratic Republicans. I don't know what that is. Printed copies of the Declaration began to circulate again, all with the date July 4th, 1776, listed at the top. The deaths of Thomas Jefferson and John Adams on July 4th, 1826, may even have helped to promote the idea of July 4th as an important date to be celebrated. Celebrations of the 4th of July became more common as the years went on, and in 1870, almost 100 years after the Declaration was written, Congress first declared July 4th to be a national holiday as part of a bill to recognize several holidays, including Christmas. Further legislation about national holidays, including July 4th, was passed in 1939 and 1941. No, this was not humanoids, inhumanoids, as Bart Nunnally would say. This is not Bigfoot, Dogman. It's about our country, and I think we have to take a sit back and just realize what a great country we live in. So today, when you're having your hot dogs, your hamburgers out on the grill with friends and family that are coming over, forget today's strife in our country. Enjoy our freedoms, our independence, and enjoy the people that today I do believe you spend a lot of your time with, that you love and that you cherish. Cherish your family, cherish your friends, cherish this country in the hopes that everything is turned around and we're off to better things. I am Bigfoot Michigan Rob. You can find me on YouTube. I'll see you next Thursday. Amber's Paraworld. We're talking about cryptid communications. Have a great 4th. BMR. As always, I'm out.